With compulsive behaviors, a lot of the times we end up at the end where we don't want to be, and we ask, how in the world do I get there? You see, what it is normally we would look back and say, okay, well, the last thing that happens was I was really weak or exhausted in the moment, that's why. But in reality, you have been set up, and it's like a row of dominoes, and the sequence of events has happened. And for example, let's talk about pornography. I really help men overcome pornography, and if you want some great tools on that, I have a free video series linked down below. But let's say here is when we actually looked at porn, right? And the step before was, well, I was really mad at my wife and I'm furious and I'm just going to do what I want to do, right? So it's like, okay, that's the reason why I went and viewed the images that I viewed. And if you analyze yourself in a deeper level of awareness, you will understand and start to notice all the steps that it took leading up to that time of acting out. If domino 10 is relapse and we're only looking at domino 9 and 8, we aren't seeing the full picture. You see, if we're able to analyze this a little bit more and take out dominoes maybe 3, 4, and 5, so when we get to domino 2, we're like, okay, we're gonna stop this track that I'm on and make sure we cut it off before relapse happens. But here's the kicker. We, especially as men, don't want to look back and track this pattern because of one major issue.
Shame. Shame is the reason that we don't want to look back and really analyze what happened just because it feels so horrible. But guys, if you are able to slow yourself down and not trying to just run from the pain, but okay, let's actually fix the issues that is going on, you'll be able to look at all the other ones. Because if you're only looking at the end dominoes, that's kind of like the explosion, the blow up. That is misdirection. You fight the battle of temptation when you see it early on. So here is my kind of pattern so that you can kind of see the dominoes that I'm talking about here. For me, I would start taking on too many responsibilities. Those responsibilities would then cause me to be stressed. Stress would build onto I have to work harder at these responsibilities, which would lead to more stress, which would lead to me having this kind of like internal pain, and I would want to start to reach for a painkiller. Like I said, for me, it was pornography. So I wouldn't go look at porn though. What I would do is I would just search up an actress or something like that. And of course, my mind justifies it. Well, I'm not looking at anything wrong. Ding, 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 red flag. So this process so far has probably been about 2 days. The next day comes and I'm still feeling the angst of stress. So I might look at something a little bit more inappropriate, and maybe the end of that day or even maybe the following days, I would just be at my wit's end, exhausted, not able to fight temptation, and I would relapse. So you see, the thing here that we really have to grasp in this story is, okay, when I am overloading myself with the responsibilities and getting stressed, how do I properly manage stress? And in a healthy way, remove domino 3 or 4. We will prevent going all the way to domino 10 and falling under temptation. So another example of sequence of events is called the FASTER scale, FASTER. This was created by Michael Dye, who also helps other people prevent relapse in addictions. And what this basically is F is for forgetting priorities. That's when you're like, these are the things I know I need to do, and you start procrastinating and putting them off. A is for anxiety, where your circumstances tend to amplify emotions inside of you and you feel this kind of tightness build up. S is for speeding up, the things you've forgotten priorities, so you're trying to catch up and you feel this anxiety, so you start doing things faster. You feel life speeding up. T is for ticked off. This is when you start getting a little bit more mad. Things prick you a little bit easier than normal. Then E is when you get to exhausted. When you're exhausted, you have no strength to fight temptation, which is the next letter R, and that's relapse. So FASTER scale, again, that is forgetting priorities, anxiety, speeding up, ticked off and exhausted, leading to relapse. So it's like when you hit the anxiety level, or even before that, when you're starting to lose your grasp on the priorities that you need to do every day, that is where you pause. You take into consideration what's going on in your life and you do what you need to do. You calm yourself down from the anxiety, or you do the responsibilities that you are procrastinating and you are putting off. So let's break this down into actionable items. The first thing is, after you relapse, don't just run from the pain. Be like, okay, I am going to dedicate myself to figuring out what's going on here, and then analyze your awareness. Number 2, start to write these down of saying, okay, this is what my pattern looks like. And third, figure out, okay, what's a good solution when I get to step 2, 3, maybe 4, that I can healthily resolve whatever is going on and prevent relapse. And guys, this should be something that you're constantly being aware of. This isn't a one-time thing. This is a cyclical reflection. And we really break this down in the Established Dominion course, where we analyze what's going on, but then we also have a proper protocol when we do relapse, so that we can fall forward and learn from our failures and not just repeat them again and again and again. That link is also below. But also, if you want amazing tool to, okay, I'm at domino 8, 9, almost to 10. What do I do? There's a 5 video series down below that's establisheddominion.com/free that I would love to give to you, that really helps you overcome temptation effortlessly and prevent relapse. Guys, you got this. Really lean into what's going on in your life. Don't run from this pain, and commit yourself to, I'm going to do what it takes to overcome this, so that I am in the driver's seat and temptation is not in control of my life. That's when you have dominion.